It's week 6 of the 2037 season, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. This should be a good one to watch. Next on EA Sports.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they? Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 85 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Alexander. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Brown. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Brown. Here's a diving catch right side. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Operating from the gun. Brown. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2nd and 11. Now again, right side. Stuckey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. You look at this defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple of touchdowns.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The Black Knights offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he has been a monster in the red zone here in these first couple of months of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Brown now from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the gun on 3rd down. Brown able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
On first down, Simmons. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now again, right side. It's Simmons. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Up the middle they go. It's Alexander. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And they bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stuckey, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Stuckey, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is brought in at the 21. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try the left side. Hurd. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Now Brown from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They're on 29-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Brown, a final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. 35-12, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 35-28 the final as they win by a touchdown.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Brown. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll run on first down. Simmons, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Brown. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back to throw now on first down. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now 2nd and 3.
At the 21-yard line.
Now a give right side. It's Simmons, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. From the gun on 3rd down, Brown.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass. Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Up the middle they go. Simmons. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown over the middle. It's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. On first down, it's Simmons trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Brown. He finds his man, complete. That's Harper. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Brown from the gun on third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Stuckey, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He finds his man, complete. That's Wilkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2nd and 5.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilkins. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
8-yard pickup and a 1st down.
They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Stuckey. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it complete to Thompson. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
To the tight end. Players nowadays at that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll set up a throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Brown.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 1.
At the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Simmons. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Brown. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Holding offense.
So they will decline that penalty, and that's going to force a 4th and goal.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stuckey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. So the complete. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And you look